back on cause number 2016-87176 in the interest of Carlton Stewart. For the court is the mother and father, pro se. Father's motion for continuance is denied, and we're going to have a hearing on this. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do we have any stipulations?
No, Your Honor, we do not.
All right, proceed.
Your Honor, I'm also going to be calling my child support officer. I believe she needs to be sworn in.
Ms. Badu, you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Judge.
All right.
Your Honor, at this time, I would ask that the court take judicial notice of the prior order signed on May 24th, 2017. In that order, the court ordered Mr. Stewart to pay $300 for child support beginning June 1st of 2017. In that same order, the court ordered Mr. Stewart to pay $59 in cash medical support beginning June 1st of 2017.
All right.
The state calls Natasha Bidu. Ms. Bidu, where are you employed, ma'am?
The Office of the Attorney General Child Support Division.
All right, and what is your position there what is your position there?
I'm a child support officer.
Okay, and what is the nature of your responsibilities and duties as a child support officer?
To investigate and report wage information from non-custodial parent.
Okay, and have you received any special training to calculate child support based on the Texas Code?
Yes.
All right, and have you calculated Mr. Stewart's gross income at this time, ma'am?
Yes, his gross income, are you want it right now?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. What is his gross income monthly?
Okay, just 1 second. My screen froze. Sorry. Monthly, I have $6,256.67.
Okay. And what percentage are you applying in this case? Do you know?
That is not my monthly gross income.
Sir, you'll have an opportunity to speak, but right now, Ms.
Okay.
Badu is on the witness stand, okay?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Don't interrupt, please.
I should ask you, are you aware that Mr. Stewart has 5 other children, ma'am?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay. And is the correct percentage that we would apply in this case 13.33%, ma'am?
That's correct.
Okay, and this information that you obtained is based off income information that you found from his employer. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. I have nothing further for this witness, Your Honor. I pass the witness.
All right, Mr. Stewart, do you have any questions for Ms. Badu?
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Purdue, are you looking at my whole monthly income? Because, ma'am, I don't make $6,000 on a consistent basis. That's probably one time.
Okay, wait a minute. One question.
Well, that's why I wanted a lawyer. Yes, sir.
Ms. Badu,
Yes, sir.
are you looking at 1 month or are you looking at some type of average?
I'm looking at the first quarter of this year, Your Honor, and that gives me his income information. That's reported by the employer.
First quarter of this year, meaning January, February, and March.
That's correct.
And he had an average of $6,256.67.
That's correct.
All right. And did you go back for 2020?
Yes, Your Honor. I can tell you that as well. Pull that screen back up. The last 3 quarters of 2020 was slightly higher, $19,982.21.
Which made an average of
my calculator is not getting much done. $6,491.19.
So, which is higher than the $6,256.67 for the first quarter. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right,
And the quarter before that was higher.
Okay, Mr. Stewart, go ahead. If you have
Yes, Your Honor, that's not true because when I'm not working, they basing it off overtime.
Objection, Your Honor. Is there a
no,
question
well,
for this
okay.
witness?
I'm going to allow you to make a statement, sir, but you need to, if you have any questions for her, now's the time to ask.
I have a statement. That's all. I don't have a
Okay,
question.
all right. Do we need Miss Ray? Do you have any questions of Miss Perdue?
No, sir.
All right. Can we excuse Miss Perdue, Miss Jeffries?
Yeah, she's on the second matter, Your Honor, so I would ask she just turn off her screen. She's excusing this, yes.
What are we going to do with the second matter? We're having another hearing?
No, it's just a default prove up, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Call your next witness, Miss Jeffries.
Thank you. The state calls Marisha Donchelle Ray. Ms. Ray, you're the mother of Carlton Dwayne Stewart, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And how old is Carlton?
He's 4.
Okay, and you heard that I read into the record, the last time you guys looked at child support in this case was in 2017, is that correct?
No, ma'am. We had in November we had a hearing.
Okay, but the last order in this case was in 2017, is that not correct, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and the last time that you guys discussed child support, didn't you guys deviate from the guideline amount?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and why did you guys deviate from the guideline amount in that last order?
Because Carson was supposed to give me $300 a month for childcare.
Okay, and has he not been giving you that $300 a month for childcare?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and so at this time, are you asking the court to modify your child support?
Yes, ma'am.
You seeking an upward modification in this case, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And the needs of Carlson, have they increased or would you say they decreased?
They increased.
Okay, and do you know if Mr. Stewart has any other children under 18, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
How many other children does he have to your knowledge, ma'am?
Under 18, 3, but well, including Carson, 4.
Okay, and do you have any private health insurance available for your son at this time, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
Do you know if Mr. Stewart has any private health insurance available for his son at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and is that via his employer, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And if court costs are billed in this case, ma'am, who are you asking the court to bill those court costs to?
Carson.
Okay. And do you have any personal knowledge of Mr. Stewart's income?
No, ma'am.
All right. I pass this witness, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Jeffries, we heard Ms. Badu say that the gross was 62.5667. I don't think, and that the percentage was 13.33%, but I don't think we heard any other figures, did we?
I'm sorry, based on that number, Your Honor, the guideline amount would be 657 for the new child support amount. Based on our information that we have, Mr. Stewart might have different information.
All right, Mr. Stewart, do you have any questions for Ms. Ray?
Ms. Ray does not speak, sir. We fall out every time. But I do have questions for the AAG.
No, she's not a witness. You don't have any questions for Ms. Ray, is that correct?
Yes, sir, I do. Ms. Ray, when we went back to review, we went back to a review for you to drop the child support, correct?
No.
Okay. You say no, but okay. You can go back, Your Honor. I'm ready to talk to you. We went back for her to drop.
All right. Ms. Jeffries, do you have any other witnesses?
I would like to call Carlton Wayne Stewart. Mr. Stewart, you are the father of Carlton Dwayne Stewart, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and how old is Carlton?
4.
All right, and you heard that I read into the record that the last time this order was looked at for child support was in 2017. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and in that last order, you guys deviated because you were supposed to help her pay for daycare. Is that correct?
Yes, which I was.
Okay, and when's the last time you gave her the money for the daycare?
About a month ago.
Okay, how much did you give her, sir?
$200.
Okay, and before that, were you giving her that $200 ready?
I was
Regularly?
I was giving it to my mom because me and her and her other kid's father had a falling out, and it almost came to, I didn't want to be involved in that situation because every
Okay.
time we would speak, he would get involved. So I backed myself up out of that.
Okay. And so you gave it to her via cash, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. And how much do you currently make right now, sir?
If you can unmute it, I don't want her knowing what I make or whatever the case may be.
I have no control over the mute, but I'll just re-ask my question, sir. How much do you make an hour?
I make 28 an hour, ma'am.
28
$28
an
an hour.
hour? At
Yes,
40
ma'am.
hours a week, sir?
Sometimes, yes, ma'am. My
All
hours
right.
vary.
Okay. And did you bring any check stubs with you today, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And did you file taxes for
Yes,
2000?
ma'am.
Did you
Yes,
bring your
ma'am.
tax returns with you, sir?
No, ma'am. I owe
Okay.
charges. I owe taxes.
Okay. And do you have any private health insurance available for your child now at this
Yes,
time?
ma'am, I do. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you cover him via your employer, is that correct?
Yes,
All right. And as far as the modification, you're asking that the court not approve the modification, is that correct?
that's correct.
Okay. And how many other children do you have that you pay child support for, sir, under 18?
I pay for four there, and if you look up in your system, y'all can see that I pay for four, excluding her child. I pay for five total with her child.
Okay, so 4. And if the court was to bill court costs, who do you believe they should be billed against, sir?
Should be billed for her. She the one put in for this.
Okay. And how much do you pay for health and dental insurance for your child to be covered?
Roughly $360. That's for everyone.
Okay, so that's for 4 other children, though. Is that
Yes.
correct? All right. And why do you think the court should not approve an upward modification in this case, sir?
Because she has a job. She makes a living. I take care of him. I pay child support for him. I pay the medical, dental, vision, everything for him. She has a job. She has to take on part of her responsibility as well. Every year I ask her, could I pack him since I pay for him throughout the year for income tax, and she says no. She has other kids. Now I would like to be able, if the judge would hear me out, put that in our
Objection,
order.
Your Honor. I would like to re-ask the question. Why do you think she should not be ordered to, the court should not order for modification?
Because she has a job. She has an income that she has coming in as well as my income that I pay for my child.
I have
She's
nothing.
being vindictive. I'm here on a vindictive case right now.
Okay, Your Honor, I have nothing further for this witness, but I will need to correct that child support amount. We were under the impression that he had 5 other children. He actually only has 4 other children. So based on our evidence, that number changes the child support to 670. If you believe Mr. Stewart's testimony, I can also give you that that child support based on his testimony of $28 an hour.
All right. Is Miss Badu still here?
Ms. Bidu is still here.
Where is she? There she is.
I'm here, Judge.
Okay, I heard gross amount. I didn't hear any calculations about payments of medical insurance. I didn't hear the net amount. I heard amounts with having 5 other children, which evidently father testifies he has 4 other children, not 5. Have you recalculated all that, or do you have figures that reflect all that?
So based on the $28 an hour that he testified to at 40 hours a week, that's $4,853.33.
And that's gross, Your Honor.
Hang on a second, let me get the percentage for that. So 4 children outside. The percentage will be 13.60.
I'm sorry.
The percentage for the calculation of child support would be 13.60. So the net would be, with the $60 of health insurance, the net would come out to be $4,925.95 based on Dad's testimony.
All right. Did you take into account the amount of insurance? I haven't
Yes, Your
heard you
Honor.
mention that.
Yes, Your Honor, the $60.
Not, it's for the children, and he's paying $360 a month.
Plus this one, Your Honor, would make it 5. So in total, he's paying for 5 children.
Yeah, no, I have to live. I have rent, I have bills and other things too.
Yes, sir. So that's something like around $72 each, $72 for this child in terms of insurance.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that was calculated, that was plugged into your calculations, Ms. Padu?
$60 for health insurance was plugged into the calculations, Your Honor, for this case.
Your Honor, can we get a brief recess to just adjust these calculations? Or I can give it to you if we base it off the non-custodial parent's testimony of $28 an hour at 40 hours a week, $72 considered for the health insurance, his net resources is $1,926.70. He has credit for 4 other children. The child support then becomes $534, Your Honor. If he based it on our testimony, what my child support officer testified to as to what his employer showed, and I give him credit for the $72 in health insurance, that would make the child support, the net resources $4,913.95. Give him credit for 4 other children, the child support $668.
All right, do you have anything further, Ms. Jeffries?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Stewart, you have something you want to say?
Yes, sir. I pay rent. I have bills.
Yeah, we all do, sir.
Yeah, and I totally understand that, sir. But them basing that out for my overtime, so I don't work overtime all the time. It's months and months where I go without working overtime. And that $600 or something they're trying to get me to pay, all that's going to do is push me in the negative, push me in the rear. I'm already in the rear on all my other kids because they have my child support set so high to where it's more than what I actually make. My child support is more than what I make monthly.
What?
I say my child support, based off what I pay total in child support for all my kids, is more than what I make a month. With all my,
You pay over $6,000 in child support a month?
I don't make $6,000. That's every blue moon I make that, sir. I still
Well,
like
okay,
I
it seems, okay, now we heard testimony that the last quarter of 2020, you made more than $6,256 a month. So that doesn't seem to me like once every blue moon, because you're making $6,256 January, February, and March average. You're making $6,400 October, November, and December of last year. So that doesn't sound to me like it's.
Sir,
So
that
you're
was
making,
total.
so you're paying child support over $6,000 a month in child support.
I paid almost $3,000 in child support, sir. And post-COVID, I was not making that money. As well as myself was out for COVID, I had other coworkers out. So we had no other choice but to work overtime. But again, that's COVID. COVID allowed that.
All right.
But I'm telling you here and now, I cannot afford to pay 600 some dollars a month in child support. That is going to push me in the negative.
Okay. Court finds orders the father pay $650 a month in child support beginning June 1st, 2021. To pay court costs as bill not later than July 13th, 2021.
Why am
Anything
I
further?
paying court costs when she filed it?
Anything
Thank you,
further?
Your Honor. No,
Ms.
Your Honor.
Jeffers?
May they be excused, sir?
Yeah, yes, thank you.
Mr. Stewart and Ms. Ray, I will come and speak to you. Please log into that other Zoom.
Ma'am, if y'all already got it based off, because like I told you, I had a court allergies appointment. Can I
Yes,
leave?
sir. You can
Maybe
leave.
just mail
That's fine.
information, ma'am. And
Yes,
also,
sir.
could I speak with the judge one more time?
Sir?
That's up to the judge.
Yeah, Your Honor. If I'm paying all this child support for him, I would like to be able to carry him on my taxes, sir.
So I have nothing to do with federal income taxes.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fine, sir. Y'all have a good day.
All
Thank
right.
you, ma'am.
Thank
Just
you.
let me know this bullshit.
I'm glad you said that. All right. We've got another case, Miss Jeffries.
Yes, Sean, I'm so sorry. The attorney on this other case, Natasha, can you please give me the cause number for that one? Is the Salas matter. We would like to prove up a default right quick, Your Honor, if we could before this.
Clause number, it's clause number 2014-45659.
This is the Salas matter.
You know,
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. This is cause number 2014-45659 in the interest of Jaden and Genesis Salas. All parties, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
yeah. Yes.
Mr. Salas.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Sir, please state your name and your relationship to the children.
I'm Apolinar Salas. I'm the father of Jaden Salas and Genesis Salas.
Okay, and Mr. Hoglar,
Yes,
can you state your name and who you represent? I'm assuming you're an attorney, correct?
yes. Good afternoon, Judge. My name is Julio Joglar, and I am here for Mr. Apolinar Salas.
Oh, okay, you represent him. Now, this order doesn't indicate that he is an attorney. Oh, and by attorney. Yes, it does. Okay, fine. All right, and for the state?
Angela Jeffries for the Office of the Attorney General, sir.
Or note that Kelly Nicole Maxwell is the non-custodial parent. March 11th. It appears that Miss Maxwell appeared and signed an order for paternity testing, which set this matter for hearing on March 11th, 2021. You have some other indicator that the hearing, did she sign a reset order?
Yes, she did, Your Honor, at the last.
Okay. All right. Hold on just a second. Let me find out. All right, I see that Ms. Maxwell signed a reset order setting this matter for a Zoom hearing today. She signed that on March 11th, 2021, and she has not checked in. Is that correct?
She is not, Your Honor.
All right, we'll proceed by default.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, I would ask that the court take judicial notice of the prior order signed on December 8th of 2014. In that order, the court ordered Mr. Salas to pay $200 for child support beginning January 1st, 2015. In that same order, the court ordered Mr. Salas to pay $50 for medical support beginning June 1st of 2015.
All right.
Also, at this time, Your Honor, I would like to offer into evidence the updated financial activity report in this case.
No objection, Your Honor.
I'll mark that as State's Exhibit A.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, State's Exhibit A is admitted.
Thank you. The state calls Apollina Alfaro Salas Jr. Mr. Salas, you are the father of Genesis Juliet Salas. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
All right. And you've agreed to have the court enter judgment against you as of April 30th of 2021, $13,388.52. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
And that you will pay that judgment in the amount of $60 beginning June 1st of 2021.
Yeah.
Could you speak up for me, Mr. Salas? I can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You also agreed to pay a judgment in the amount of $2,089.50 as of April 30th of 2021. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And that you will agree to pay that at a rate of $20 per month beginning June 1st of 2021.
Yes.
Okay. And you understand at this time we're non-suiting our request for conservatorship, possession and access, non-disclosure, modification of this order. And we're only proceeding on the confirmation of arrears and court costs in this case. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Okay. And do you also understand that the court is billing you the court costs and that you have July 1st of 2021 to pay their court costs, sir?
Yes.
And you've already agreed to this default order. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, as far as the out on this case, Jaden Joseph Salas, you took DNA testing. Is that correct?
DNA testing? No, ma'am.
Hey, was there not? I'm sorry I got for Genesis. You did take DNA testing. I showed that you were excluded as a father of Genesis. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Correct.
Okay. And so you're asking the court to approve an order sustaining the challenge to the AOP. Is
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Your Honor, at this time, I don't know if the court has a copy of it, but there's DNA testing results that show that Mr. Salas is excluded as the father of Genesis. And I misspoke when I said that he's the father of Genesis. He's the father of Jaden.
That's correct.
I don't see a DNA report.
I'm sorry, give me 1 second to print it out for the court, Your Honor.
Oh, okay, she's printing it out.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Maria is printing it out.
Thank you.
All right, any objection to me looking at the DNA test report, Mr.
No
Hogline?
objection, Your Honor.
All right, the court will note that the DNA test report would indicate that the alleged father, Apolinar Salas, is excluded as biological father of the tested child, Genesis Salas, one of the children the subject of this suit. All right.
And I have nothing further for this witness, Your Honor. I pass the witness.
Mr. Hogla, do you have anything further?
I have no question for the witness, Your Honor. I'll pass it
Oh.
with.
All right, the court will approve the order as submitted. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank-
May we be excused, sir?
Yes.